It is a great day to be alive, and I am so thankful for God, Jesus Christ, who lives in us. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the blue moon and what God is revealing about XRP. Before we get started, I am not a financial advisor. Nothing that I'm sharing is financial advice. I am simply sharing dreams, visions, and interpretations that I feel God has given me as it relates to crypto. Now, let's get into the video. So on August 18th of this year, God has given me a dream, and this dream had 3 separate parts. I want to focus on the third part for this video, and I'm just going to call it eggs/balloons because that's really all it looked like to me, eggs or balloons. And hopefully soon I will come back with part 1 and part 2 of this dream. But again, for this video, I only want to focus on part 3. And as you can see, God is dealing with me again with colors. This time I'm looking at 2 blue eggs or balloons, 1 yellow and 1 red. This was simply the last part of this dream. I only saw this. So after having this dream and writing everything down, my mind immediately flashed back to August 17th, 2023, when I had the very first market crash dream. As you can see here, these are some of the same colors. The only difference is these colors, or these balloons or eggs, they look more pastel in color. However, the only color that's missing is green. So August 17th of this year marked 1 year since having this first market crash dream. And the day after was August 18th, which is when I had this dream about these eggs. And I'm just going to call them eggs from here on out. So I understood in some way that this new dream and this old dream was connected. Other than colors, is there anything else? So I began to immediately go back and just put together what I remembered from the last dream. So now connecting the dots with yellow and red. Throughout the entire market crash timeline, we see the color of yellow and red pop up every now and again. In the second market crash dream, I had the dream of the yellow and red ball pit balls. And I was sitting in a ball pit full of balls that were yellow and red with the date of October 17th. And then the second yellow and red dream came on April the 11th. And then there was a flower moon event that reminded me of the same thing, same 2 colors. June 27th, I had a banana dream about banana slices being positioned in such a way within a circle, and then everything else was colored in red, which reminded me again of those 2 colors. And then on July the 11th, I had another dream, and in this dream, I was inquiring about the very first dream with the yellow and red balls, the ball pit. And so this has been a common theme, a pattern throughout the time that God has been dealing with me with this market crash timeline. So now that I'm seeing these 2 colors again in this new dream, it's causing me to say, okay, God, this must have something to do with this October 17th date. What is new about this? So before I get to the new, let's quickly look at the old. So as I'm doing my research on this new dream, I came across this full moon calendar for 2024. And of course, I already knew about the flower moon. And that date, May 23rd, fell on the market crash timeline. It was the end of 40 weeks, according to the very first market crash dream. Again, the flower moon, we're looking at the yellow and the red. Now, what's new? As I'm looking at this calendar of full moons, I see the date of October 17th. This was the date that was on the yellow and red balls from the second market crash dream, this date. And to my surprise, I now see this same date on this calendar. But what is significant about this October 17th date? I've shared that God gave me a dream, letting me know that the markets were going to crash in the 3rd and 4th quarter. Well, the 3rd quarter crash we've already seen. Now we're moving into the 4th quarter crash. Well, based on new dreams that God gave me, it led me to the date of October 17th, which is not a coincidence, simply because God has been showing me this date for for a year now. And so to see that this 4th quarter market crash date lands on October 17th is not surprising. However, as we're looking at this, I was surprised to just recently find out that this date is on this calendar, that the fourth quarter market crash on October 17th will be on a full moon. And for more details about this timeline and the yellow and red pattern and all the dreams that God gave me to build this market crash timeline, here are the videos. The very first one, the coming market crash, that's where I explain pretty much a very long video, but it explained all of the dreams, giving all the interpretations in order to determine dates. And from these dates, we had events to take place, all of which some of them had to do with war. And so if you've been following any of my videos for any amount of time, you know that I've been sharing that this market crash timeline starting out with me just knowing that it was about a market crash. And in the beginning, I wondered, well, how is this market going to crash? What's going to cause it to happen? I did not know. But after about 8 months, God revealed to me that, one, I'm showing you a timeline based on these dreams and numbers and colors. And using these colors and numbers, I'm going to help you to derive dates. Not only did he use colors and numbers to help me to derive these dates, but also people and their birthdays. And all this, again, I shared in majority of all the videos as, you know, they begin to build on this timeline. Now that we've connected the yellow and red dots as it relates to this new dream, let's take a look at the 2 blue eggs. Why were there 2 blue eggs? And I want to start this off with an idiom that says once in a blue moon. This means that something happens rarely or very infrequently. So what is a blue moon? Well, there are 2 different scenarios to explain what a blue moon is. Scenario 1 states that within a season, if there are 4 full moons as opposed to 3, the third moon out of the 4 is considered to be a blue moon. And so just recently, on August the 19th, we had a blue moon occur. Why? Because there are 4 moons within the summer season. And August 19th full moon was the 3rd out of the 4th. And so that one is labeled as a blue moon. And the name that they're using for this blue moon is called a sturgeon moon. And it is known as the sturgeon moon because in August, this type of fish is caught more readily during this season. So a sturgeon is a type of fish or a family of fish. And a sturgeon is a large, elongated, freshwater bony fish which is widely distributed in the North Temperate Zone. And their roe is used for caviar. The second scenario for defining what a blue moon is refers to having 2 full moons within a single month. One of those 2 moons within that single month is considered to be a blue moon. So for example, in 2020, October 1st, you had a harvest moon, but also in October on the 31st, there was a second full moon, and that moon is just given the name of blue moon. And the next blue moon, according to this scenario, is going to happen on May 31st, 2026. We're going to have 2 full moons within 1 month. And so according to this calendar, the first full moon will be on Friday, the 1st, and the second full moon will be on Sunday, the 31st, and that one will be called the blue moon. So I guess it's safe to say that a blue moon happens every blue moon. So now we know the 2 scenarios that determines when a blue moon will occur. And so I connected that to the 2 blue eggs from the dream. So now when we go back and look at the full moon calendar, we have May 23rd, the flower moon as red and yellow. We have August 19th, the sturgeon moon as blue and blue. And we have October 17th, the hunter's moon as yellow and red. Now, turning back for a brief second to the colors of yellow and red. I mentioned a while back in a few videos how this pattern of yellow and red, I continue to see it throughout the market crash timeline. And I often say that I feel like these colors represented Shiba Inu, MasterCard, and then later on China. However, just recently, I found out news as it relates to MasterCard. So everyone who was sharing in the comment section that you feel that the yellow and red represented MasterCard, you know, we were all on the same page. And just recently on August the 16th, I found out that MasterCard and Ripple will be working together. And the best way that I can explain this is that this, based on what I think I understand, is that the XRP ledger, you will be able to use the MasterCard to make purchases from your XRP ledger, kind of like the Coinbase card, debit card, where you can go into the app and select what coin you want to use. So when you go into the store and make a purchase, that purchase is deducted from that particular coin. But this MasterCard only pulls from the XRP ledger, and it will not be available in the US just yet. So we have some time to look into it, to study up on it. Again, this is very, very new. Just putting it out there so you guys can go ahead and start doing your research on it. I think it's going to be really, really good. I am currently using the Coinbase debit card, and I really like that too. So in the connection with yellow and red in the market crash timeline, now that XRP is showing up as being a partner, or however you want to call it, with MasterCard, this put XRP on the market crash timeline. Not only does this put XRP on the market crash timeline, but there are several other factors. So what else is connecting XRP to this market crash timeline? Well, Tether. I've shared in the past the Tether dream and how it's connected to the market crash timeline. And I also shared that it seemed as if when bad news about Tether came up, good news about XRP would come up. And this was a pattern that I saw throughout the time that God was revealing a lot of things to me about XRP through dreams, names, logos, and I'm going to share that in a bit. But for now, again, XRP is connected to the market crash timeline because of Tether. Another reason it's connected to the market crash timeline is because of the recent dream that I had. And in this dream, I was shown that XRP would go to 50 cents. And also in this dream, something to do with war. I recall hearing my husband say that they have me leaving tomorrow, and he's in the military, and therefore I connected that with war. And then also, because the market crash timeline is centered around war, that was an indicator that this has something to do with the market crash. And so on August the 4th through August the 5th, we saw the drop of XRP. It hit 50 cents, and I want to say it went down to 48 cents. It could have been lower, but the fact that it hit 50 cents, just as in that dream, gave me an understanding that I need to be looking for something as far as a market crash. And so during this time, everything that was coming up as far as conflict in the Middle East and the any day now, waiting for something to happen, that was happening around the same time. So now we're checking out the boxes, XRP with the 50 cents, something to do with war is going on. And then a few hours later, that's when we had the Japan market crash. Also following the August 6th market crash date, that is considered to be an end date. And the next day, August 7th, we heard news about XRP court case coming to a close. So XRP is now following the pattern of a time period ending and then something happening the next day. And so moving forward, the Clement XRP prophecy that everyone's been talking about, when I heard it, I immediately thought about the very first video that I posted about XRP, the logos, the tennis shoes, Reebok, all of those things. I literally thought about Starlink, everything from back then, and hearing him talk about the oak tree and talking about the X with the space in between it and then a P. It obviously puts us in the mind of XRP. As far as the oak tree, someone shared on YouTube as they were talking about this Clement video about XRP, that the name Elon is Hebrew and it means oak tree. Now, backing up very quickly to the dream with the two blue eggs and how I said that those two blue eggs I feel represented the two scenarios to determine a blue moon, and how we just had that on August the 19th, and how sturgeon represents fish, and how the sturgeon fish was a large elongated fish. In that word elongated, I saw the word Elon. It reminded me of how God used logos and names to help me to see the message and the revelation and all of the dreams and things that he was showing me about XRP. And to hear all that in its entirety, you have to go back and see this video. And something else that I thought was significant about this Clement video, it was released on August the 18th. I woke up on August the 18th from this 3-part dream, the third part that I'm sharing now about the eggs. I don't think that was by chance. I know that God was connecting the dots as it relates to Elon, XRP, Kim Clement's prophecy. I see that it's all coming together. And what I shared in the XRP video is that God was showing me revelations starting out with Reebok, and how Reebok eventually I saw Starlink, and how I thought the two looked similar. And we know that Elon Musk is the person behind SpaceX and Starlink. And up until the point where I had this dream on June 2nd about XRP, I had no idea that all of this that he was showing me had anything to do with XRP, other than the fact that the Reebok logo looked like an X, and therefore I figured that God was showing me something to do with the X coins. But now, by June 2nd, he's giving me a dream. It began by me hearing a news anchor talking about XRP, and she was laughing hysterically, basically saying that banks and institutions thought they knew where XRP would go. However, based on what she was saying and how she was laughing, XRP surpassed where these banks and institutions thought that it would go. I also remember seeing something about ISO coins and I think XLM, but for the most part, I knew this dream was about XRP. After hearing and seeing the news anchor laughing about the banks and institutions, the scene switched, and I understood something about Starlink. And then I saw a rocket ship turning around, and the rocket ship was adjusting itself onto the track, kind of like a GPS system where the little triangle is moving side to side. That's what I saw when I saw this rocket ship. And so, again, this track was very short. I woke up from this dream and God gave me the interpretation that XRP, he's putting XRP back on track, and that XRP is going to take off in a short period of time. Prior to knowing this, God had given me 3 dreams. All 3 had something to do with shoes in some way. The first 2 definitely had to do with shoes, tennis shoes to be exact. And the revelation that God gave me from this dream had to do with trading, swapping, and exchanging. And in this dream, I wanted to exchange a pair of tennis shoes. I was in a store and I wanted to see if I could swap them out, but it was understood in the dream that I was not in the original store where I purchased the shoes. Therefore, I would not be able to trade, swap, or exchange them. However, in the dream, I decided to go 2 stores down to go ahead and exchange the shoes. As I'm walking down to the store, I realized I am wearing a pair of white and black Reeboks, and I also realized that I am leaving behind on the sidewalk my purse and my shopping bags. After some time, I realized that God was letting me know that limited trading is coming for XRP. Why limited trading? Because I was limited to where I could trade, swap, and exchange my tennis shoes. I was limited. Yes, we have to pay attention to all of our X coins and all of our crypto across the board. But for this specific dream and for this specific message, it was about XRP. What are we able to do now with XRP? We can buy, we can sell, we can swap another coin for XRP. We can move it from platform to platform. We can take it from the platform to our ledger and from our ledger back to the platform. But when limited trading comes, we will not be able to do these things. God also revealed to me that limited supply is coming. He's shown me that there is going to be a window between now and the time the XRP hits $5,000. And during that time, we can do everything that we're able to do now. But when XRP hits $5,000, that's when the limited trading is going to kick in. And that's when limited supply is going to begin to happen. And it causes the price to increase. God was also letting me know that you want to make sure that you do not make the mistake of leaving your funds and crypto bags on platforms. So when the time comes, if your seed coins go up and you're wanting to, God is leading you to buy XRP, go ahead and do that. Don't wait until it hits $5,000. Don't wait until limited trading comes. Go ahead, get in position. And the second message that God gave me based on these dreams about tennis shoes was be ready to move quickly. God wants us to be ready to jump and move quickly when the time comes, whether it's a bull run or a market crash. We have to have on the appropriate shoes. Appropriate shoes meaning having the ability and understanding of how to move your assets quickly, safely, and fluently as possible, and to execute your plans for trading. Again, do not make the mistake of leaving your funds in crypto bags on platforms. Have a plan, be ready to execute, and make sure that you're on the right side of the trade. When you think about a basketball player and they're on the court, they know that they must be in the right place at the right time in order to execute a play properly. It's all about timing. That being the case, which shoes is best for the job? When you know that timing is everything. Again, you have to go back and watch that video. I shared all of these dreams in great detail to kind of have a better understanding of what I'm talking about in this video. But again, God, he was using logos, he was using names to bring me to the point where I understood that he's trying to show me XRP. And so God has given me so much confirmation as it lines up with SpaceX and Starlink and Reebok logos and the X's and all those things, that this really brought me joy to hear and to see because God had already been showing me these things. And so now with this Clement video, it just brings about confirmation. I really feel in my heart that he's talking about XRP. So be in position, be ready to do what is necessary as far as what God has shown you about XRP, how to do your trades. Again, I am just sharing connections and things that God has been just dropping in my lap over the course of the past few days. And so to hear this Clement prophecy about XRP really gets me excited. And so one last message before I get out of here. This wealth transfer will be a blue moon event, something that doesn't frequently happen. XRP is a blue moon investment. God is putting his people in a blue moon situation, and a spiritual transfer and a wealth transfer is about to spring forth. Until the next video, God bless.